Now, this song was written by several people. It was the first person to do it was a guy named Wardell Gray, who was a saxophone player. And in the late 40s, he recorded a solo that was so cool, he just released it as a single. And Annie Ross picked it up. She was a member of a famous and really influential vocal trio called Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross. Is anybody familiar with them? Oh, great. I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, 1952 was, 70 plus years ago. And they invented whole new forms of music that later became known as vocalese. Nobody was doing this before they came along. And Annie Ross took that saxophone solo, and somebody suggested that she write lyrics to it. She wrote them in one day, and it was just a brilliant accomplishment. I can't believe she wrote this song in one day. And then on the Court and Spark album, Joni Mitchell covered it. I don't know of another cover that I'm not familiar with any other covers that Joni Mitchell recorded. She may have in albums I'm not familiar with, but everything she tended to record was an original. So I always assumed this song was original too, but it's not. And she changed a couple of the words, and I've kept some of her changes and went back to Annie Ross's version with some of her changes. And so here we go. This is Twisted. Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, ba-doom. Bum, bum, ba-doom, bum, bum. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head, the way he described it. He said I'd be better dead than live. I didn't listen to his jive. I knew all along that he was all wrong, and I knew that he thought I was crazy, but I'm not, no, no. Ba-doom, bum, bum. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head. He said I'd need treatment, but I'm not that easily led. He said I was the type that was so inclined when out of his sight to be out of my mind. And he thought I was nuts. Mm-hmm. No more ifs or ands or buts. No, no, ba-doom, bum, bum, bum. They say as a child I appeared a little bit wild with all my crazy ideas. But I knew what was happening. I knew I was a genius. What's so strange when you know that you're a wizard at 3? I knew that this was meant to be. Boom, 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 boom. I heard little children were supposed to sleep tight. That's why I got into the vodka one night. My parents got frantic, didn't know what to do. But I saw some crazy things before I came to now. Do you think I was crazy? I may have been only 3, but I was swinging. They all laughed at A. Graham Bell. They all laughed at Edison and also at Einstein. So why should I feel sorry if they just couldn't understand the idiomatic logic that went on in my head? I had a brain, it was insane. Oh, they used to laugh at me when I refused to ride on all those double-decker buses, all because they had no driver on the top. No driver on the top? Yeah, this chick is twisted. Flip City. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head, but I said, dear doctor, I think that it's you instead, because I have got a thing that's unique and new to prove that I'll have the last laugh on you, 'cause instead of one head, I got 2. And you know 2 heads are better than 1.
Yeah.
There you go. Right on, thank you. What that song has some personal meaning for me, because that actually happened to me when I was about 3 years old. My parents found me crawling around on the floor with something in my mouth, and what the heck is he? What's Gary got in his mouth? And they pulled it out, and they found out it was one of the ceramic covers for the bolts that hold the toilet down to the floor. And they freaked out. What do we do? You know, brand new parents, first kid. How in the world? There's no way to deal with this. So they got the idea of pouring me a couple of fingers of vodka in a little glass, and then they said, drink this down, drink this water, all in one gulp. And I was compliant and downed the vodka. And I was miserable for a second. And then I was so happy running around the house. And then I was so sad, just crying for a few minutes. And then I went to sleep. So that's an old family story about my parents dealing with a difficult situation. I saw some crazy scenes before I came to. Well, any thoughts about where I should go next?
Well, I'll jump in because in the retrospective, you did Driving, the original version, which I had never heard because I always heard the version with the lyrics changed for Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one of my favorite songs of yours.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I'd love it if you'd play Driving with the Hawaii lyrics.
Oh, what a great idea, John. All right, very good. Great. So this, great. Songwriting credit for this is shared between me and Angelisa Aitken, my harmony partner and duo partner in the Harmony People. I don't think there are any versions of this online. Sunday morning on the island, I've got my pedal to the floor. Life is good here on the island. The tourists don't come around anymore. I've got my 42 Chevy and a gallon of gasoline. And you've got the prettiest smile I have ever seen. And we're driving, Sunday morning on the island, the air is cool and the road is clear. All alone here on the island, since Andy's truck broke down last year. I haven't seen a vapor trail since 2044. I wonder if there's anyone on the mainland anymore. But we're driving Holoholo, driving Holoholo, driving, no particular place to go. Driving, nothing on the radio. Sunday evening on the island, time to turn and head for home. This stretch of highway went back with Pele in the 47 flow. I hear the crunch of cinder as I turn my car around. Your hand takes hold of mine, the sun is going down, and we're driving Holoholo, driving Holoholo, particular place to go. Driving, nothing on the radio.
All right, thank you.
You're
Loved it.
welcome.
Loved it.
That's great. I'm proud of both of them.
It's got a groove. I don't know. It's got a groove I really like. There's something about that song.
Cool. Thank you. Have you ever heard my CD, John? Flying Dream?
I have all the discs that Harmony people burned. Is that a solo or is that one of them?
That's a solo one.
Okay.
The song is on Spotify and YouTube and all the other, Amazon and Apple Music. The recording of Driving that I did in my bedroom in San Luis Obispo in the late 90s I think it's my favorite studio recording that I've ever made. There's a solo in it that I could listen to endlessly. I don't know where that came from, but I played a guitar solo that was truly inspired. One of the top 2 or 3 electric guitar solos I've ever played. So Driving. Maybe I'm just to let you know. And I never did record that with Angelisa, and I don't believe that there's even a live version of it. So this recording here is I believe the only thing out there now that has the Hawaii version.
I remember the first time I heard it was in that little coffee shop in Everett
Oh,
when you performed. And I remembered thinking at the time, and I thought again just now, how did you come up with 42 Chevrolet, which would have been a very short model year given the outbreak of war?
well, John, it's a 2042 Chevrolet.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
Well, they'll be gone by then entirely, so
Well, maybe not.
that
It's a
makes even
fantasy.
less sense.
Well, so here's the scene. If you pay attention to the dates in the song, and that one makes it even clearer. I've got my 42 Chevy and a gallon of gasoline. I haven't seen a vapor trail since 2044. I wonder if there's anyone on the mainland anymore. And then this stretch of highway went back with Pele in the 47 flow. So this song is taking place sometime after 2047. And it's really a post-apocalyptic driving fantasy. It was originally inspired by realizing that the era of the internal combustion automobile is going to end up having been very brief in the course of human history, and it will be heavily romanticized. I think there will be movies set in the 20th century that have cool old cars in them as long as there are movies. Or the equivalent.
So you're set up to have a song that's going to be really useful then.
Good point.
Be a lot of royalties there.
That's great. I hope somebody writes
Someday.
that song
You're
into.
ahead of time.
I know.
Hopefully you're not channeling Zagger and Evans.
Oh my God. If man is still alive, they will drive.
Ultimate one-hit wonder band.
Yeah.
If humans still can drive. Yep. Cool. That was my dad's favorite song of mine too. And he asked me to play it for him the last time I saw him. The last thing I did with my dad was play that song for him.